All right. This is 3+Kei, your favorite social worker. I am here at Greenough Park. There you go. It is bear season, so that lady was just running, so I feel pretty comfortable with the fact that if she's running and nobody's chasing her, that I can walk through here as well in peace. I will say, it seems that fall really popped up out of nowhere. Here we have the song sparrow. It says, Henry David Thoreau interpreted the song sparrow's melody as maids, maids, hang up your tea, ettle, ettle, ettle. This brown, heavily streaked little bird with its prominent dark breast spot may repeat its song as many as 2,300 times a day. It sings to attract a mate and to warn off other male feathered intruders. Song sparrows can usually be found year-round in thick bushes like the one near this sign. Thick bush. Try to get the song sparrow to come closer by hissing, psst, psst, psst. Let's see. We're going to go close to it. Psst, psst, psst. Psst, 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 psst. Psst, 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 psst. Psst, 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 psst. Psst, 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 psst. The river, or the creek as some might say. Who is the guy in the woods? Do you mean me, David? I go by, hello. I go by 3+Kei, your favorite social worker. Just kind of looking around. No, the guy in the tree line further back. I don't know what to tell you, my guy. There's some berries. I don't know what that means. Where are you from, David? What town or state? Just kidding. I'm in Ohio. Where are you from in Ohio? There's a guy coming. Hey. There's quite a few people. So I'm in Missoula, Montana, but I'm from Illinois, and there's quite a few of us Midwesterners here in Montana, and just kind of given how we grew up in the, oh, you told me that was the guy? He transported from behind me to in front of me? I knew it. I knew it. There was something about his long legs that were very suspicious. But anyway, yeah, Midwesterners, I think it's because we're used to the cold, so there's a certain level of grit that is instilled in us quite early on. And same with Montana as well. It gets cold, it gets into the negative teens. So it's not like you can exactly, you know, just walk around and be carefree year round. It's a certain mentality that goes with that, braving the elements. Osmosis is right. Now you see me, now you don't. Let's see. Well, since you're here, David, we're coming up on we have to go one direction or another. Well, actually, let's see. I hesitate to go down to the creek because that we're going to do it anyway. It's one way to go. Lovely water. Do a flip and go left. All right, let's go left. See what we get into. It's a little bit, I forgot about this bridge up here. I think we're gonna hit a playground first. So left is kind of a paved, like a paved walk through this area, still wooded. And right is a residential area. Greenough Park is located in the Rattlesnake area. And in the way of properties, the Rattlesnake area is in the top 3 most expensive neighborhoods in Missoula. You see the mountains, just beautiful views. You can see how close, I don't know if you could tell how close we are to a mountain, but if I walked, we're probably about 20-30 minutes away, and this camera doesn't really do it justice because it's looming. If you can see, this is directly at my chest, and so it's kind of looming in front. And our little pavilion. Oh, there's a kiddo. I'm gonna put the camera down because we don't want to film kids. Okay, we can go this way. It's a really cool park, though. It has one of these circular net swings. I don't know how to describe it. Here we come across another one. This last sign had me making noises into the bushes. Let's see what this one is. This is an American kestrel, a swift winged attacker. Okay, that's not promising at all. Kestrels often perch on fence posts and telephone wires, flicking their tails up and down. Kestrels, once known as sparrowhawks, feed on small birds, mice, and large insects. In the summer, they sometimes fly to Mount Jumbo, which is... Can you see Mount Jumbo? You can see a little bit in the distance the mountain. That's Mount Jumbo. In the summer, they sometimes fly to Mount Jumbo to capture grasshoppers to feed their young. Kestrels typically nest in a tree cavity created by woodpeckers. Shout out to you being industrious. Kestrels can usually be seen in Greenough Park from April to October. They are quite vocal. Listen carefully for their high-pitched killy, killy, killy. I hear nothing. Oh, you can see a tree toppled over right here. It's very large. This is probably, I don't know, let's go up close to it. I don't know how long. This is probably, it's probably a good 12, 15 feet tall. What we've got going on over here. Hey, Ben. You gotta come with me sometime. Do you know where I'm at, Ben? Look at this. So pretty. Let's do a quick turnaround. So we're facing forward. All the way up here. Yep, I collect chestnuts there. Are chestnuts real nuts, or are they called chestnuts like coconuts? Because don't they come in those, like, are those water chestnuts? Are water chestnuts, they can't be, right? The water chestnuts aren't the same thing as regular chestnuts. And water chestnuts I love. They're so tasty and crispy. Like a black walnut. This trail is closed for habitat restoration. You don't have to tell me twice. It looks like it's closed. Water chestnut is a grass, I believe. Huh. What are you up to on this fine Friday evening? Can kind of see the neighborhood here. There's another one that says the trail is closed. Got a rock in my shoe. Going to get some new shoes. My big toe. My big toe is saying hi in my current shoes. Yeah, man. Do you have a shoe place you go to? Shout out to Ross, Dress for Less. Okay, David had said go left, so we're gonna go left on this paved way here. I always thought this was such a large parking lot. I've always wondered why this parking lot is so incredibly large. I wonder if this house is for sale. Wherever they're cheap. My size is so common, Ross never has my size. That's a good point. All right, here we are on this creek. Sometimes I just like to look at this area and be at peace. My friend and I used to take a walk when it's really hot in the summertime. We would come with some water shoes and just walk straight, can you see my finger? Straight down this way until we hit that first bridge up there. Bob Ward's has 90% off some shoes. Right now? That's good to know. I would say I need some winter boots, but I've got all the shoes. I do like this particular kind of shoe called Incas. They call it vegan leather. But if it's vegan leather, that really means it's just synthetic suede. It's just whatever canvas or whatever, I don't know what they would have. Hello. Look at that pup. Hi. Trying to let the people pass on by before we go on. I want to make sure we're respecting people's privacy. Look at all these dogs. Holy cow, how many dogs? Like 4 or 5 dogs came out of nowhere. Think you are about to get hit with rain. Why would you say such a thing to me? I know, I probably didn't plan this out as carefully as I could have. But I haven't been able to go on a walk all day, or all week, excuse me. Been trying to get out into nature more. Oh, there's a fire truck right there. Like an old school one. If I had more time, if somebody hadn't just told me that it was about to rain, I'd go explore that neighborhood. But instead, we're probably about, what'd you say, Ben? Maybe 10 or 15 minutes away from the parking lot here. So I want to make sure I get on along my way. Rain makes it refreshing. Is that how you feel about the rain? I remember this was like 15 years ago. I was on a date and it started to rain and I was trying to be like go with the flow, carefree. But the fact of the matter is that I just don't play those rain games. I just don't. I have eczema. I have severely dry skin, and it's uncomfortable when it gets wet without immediate moisturizer. And so anyway, I remember I was trying to like pretend like it didn't bother me. But it did. But it did. It's the power of being yourself. Even when it's unpopular. I should have said, take me home. I'm not dancing in the rain. Positive thoughts. This says rough trail. When did this trail get rough? Look at that. This is quite an easy trail. For most, I would imagine. I love the sound of the water in the background. I've really been craving salmon lately. Like all the salmon is what I want. All the fish, all the salmon. And so it could be that I'm low on my omega-3s and all those fatty type nutrients. Oh, there's a sneeze. I could put it up here. Hello. Quick look to the side. Got our mountain. I would enjoy joining you for a walk out there sometime. Well, come on, Ben. Let's make a plan. I'd like to get these kind of Ask a Christian Therapist videos out there more. I look to see if there are not Christian therapists. I am not a therapist. Don't tell me your problems. I don't want to help process. I was looking for Christian social worker content and can't quite seem to find anything that's from maybe like a devout Christian. There's kind of like social workers or content that say it's Christian content, but it's not biblically based. It's more like, you know how it goes, like spiritual, if you will. Let's see, what time is it where you are, says Chris. Well, actually, let me check my watch because I can't tell while it is 5:55 p.m. There's our creek a little bit. Oh, there you go. Thanks, Ben. 1:55 a.m. Diddy did do it. B. Lee, is there any actual, like dissent on whether or not Diddy do it or not? I think we're all in agreement at this point that Diddy did do it. I'm from Germany. What is it? Guten Nacht is about where I'm at with German. There we go. Yeah, I was saying a few weeks ago with this whole Diddy situation that you remember when he used to, the Jesus pieces were all the rage. Everyone had to have a diamond encrusted Jesus piece, and it's almost a fad sometimes, or it's popular to say that you're a Christian or that God ordained that you have this massive wealth. And let's be clear, it could be so that the Lord ordained such wealth. However, a Christ follower would certainly not engage in particular activities. Or let me say that again. Hey, that's a cute pup.
Thank you so much.
It's a little fluffy puppy. But it's one thing to follow Christ and be a sinner, which we all are. It's another thing to engage in that sin, uphold that sin, such as fornication or adultery or whatever the case may be. For some of these mega rich people that have their Jesus piece hanging from their necks. It should be, I would imagine, that your obedience to Christ is evident through your actions, and not so much by displaying what you think the Lord has provided for you, right? Because nothing is really, his provision is awesome, but nothing is provided for us from Christ that is not meant to build up his kingdom. So you look at 1 Thessalonians, by one's fruit, exactly, Ben. You look at 1 Thessalonians 4:11, which says, mind your own business, which I quote all the time. 1 Thessalonians 4:11 says, mind your own business. But if you look at the passages before, the scripture before 4:11 and after 4:11, you'll find that, like much that is in the Bible, there is kind of like an agricultural reference. So what it is the farmer is tilling his specific plot of land. He is minding his business, as in he will sell what it is he's tilling, and what he's harvesting, that is his business. The instruction is to mind your own business for what? Not for your own selfish gains, but for the enrichment of the kingdom. So while we are minding our own business, it is within mind that our business will provide the enhancement of God's kingdom. And that's what 1 Thessalonians 4:11, mind your own business, means. So if you find that your business has a lot of wealth to it, a lot of output, if you are not actively giving to others, tithing, not only to the church, but to your community as well, you're not living in obedience, friend. You know? Just put this down. The guy right there will go this way. Hello. All right, looks like we made it. There's one more sign we can take a peek at before we wrap this wrap this thing up. Hey, Susu. All right. Right here we have the dipper, the bird that walks underwater. Dippers, or water ouzels, as they're sometimes called, use oils produced from a gland on their rump to keep their feathers dry when they dive underwater in search of their favorite food, aquatic insects. Turn over a rock in Rattlesnake Creek to discover what the dipper eats. Look for the dipper standing on a rock or walking along the bank of Rattlesnake Creek. Chances are it will be bobbing up and down. That's how they got their name. All right, well, let go. Well, just one final look around. Oh, it's so pretty when the leaves are falling. All right, let's see if we can find ourselves a dipper. There we go. Maybe right in here. It appears there's not a dipper to be found. Maybe next time. And we'll wrap it up. I am ThreePlusKei, your favorite social worker, here to encourage you to pursue the smile by prioritizing the Lord, your physical health, and persistent education. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for more content. Like this video if you love it, and share with someone who you think would love to see Greenough Park in beautiful Missoula, Montana. I'll talk to you later.